Hello all of you. Now next topic is the parameter passing. What is parameter passing? There are two techniques available in the C where a function is called from other function. The parameter can be passed in two ways, either the call by value or the call by reference. What is call by value? In call by value, argument value are passed to the function. The content of the actual parameter are copied into the formal parameter. The called function cannot change the value of the variable which are passed. Now we will see in our example. In this example, we have taken the variable x and y. We are performing the addition on these two numbers and it will return my result. But in this case, whatever value in the x and y that we are copied into variable a and b. So here a and b is only accessible, x and y is not accessible. The meaning is actually we are working on the another copy of the x and y, that is a and b, not on the actual x and y. That is known as a call by value. Here we will see the simple example, swapping of the number. It will give you the best example for understanding the concept of call by value and the call by reference. This is the example of call by value. Here we want to swap the two value which is stored in the x and y. So we are taking the input from the user, that is x and y. So before swapping the value, I am printing just value x and y. Then after I am calling the swap function, I will do the swapping within the function, and after swapping also again I will print x and y. As per our expectation, it should print the swapped value after the swapping. But when we run the program, here you can see that it will not print. You can see that before swapping also the value of x and y is 12 and 23, and after swapping also it is 12 and 23. The meaning is x and y is simply copied into variable a and y. The changes in the a and b is not reflected into the main. Now the same program, if I want to perform as a call by reference, what operation I need to do? Suppose I will make another file. We will perform the swapping, but it is called by reference. Now what is a reference? A reference is a pointer. Instead of passing the variable into the another variable. So when I am using the call by value, actually I am performing that integer a is equal to x. It means I am copying the value of x into a. But if in the memory I know the address of x, that is how will you represent address of x? And person x. So if I know the address of x, then I can use that address and I can directly modify the value which is stored over there. So in this example, before swapping the value of x and y I am printing, I'm again calling, but instead of address, I'm now using end person. I'm passing the address of x and y. Then I'm performing the swapping, and I'm after executing the swap function, I will again print the value of x and y. Now, as I'm passing the address of x, so if you want to store the address of the x, any variable, you have to use the pointer variable. What is pointer variable? That we will see in the next lecture. So simple, you have to remember the pointer variable is a variable which will store the address of another variable. So meaning is, suppose I want to represent a pointer variable, so I have to write integer star p. What is the meaning of p? P is a pointer variable which will store the address of variable which is of integer. It means that now I am taking the another variable integer x is equal to 10. So I will want to store that p must be storing the address of x. So I should write p is equal to address of x. So later on whenever I want to refer the address of x, I can directly refer it as a p. So here I am passing the address of x. So as we have seen, as we are passing the address of x, it must be in the pointer variable, that is the integer star p. So here I have to write integer star a and integer star b. So instead of here, I need to use star a . star B, again star A and star B. Now we will print the value. So here call by reference.c. So we will run this program. Now we will enter two values 23, 34. So here you can say before swapping your value is 23 and 34. After swapping now it will actually swap by the 34 and 23. So this is the call by reference. The same example is explained over here. Now next topic is the nesting of function. Nesting of the function means in the main I am calling the one function, function 1. Within the function 1, if I am calling the another function, function 2. After executing some of the line, again this function 1 call the another function, function 3. So this is known as a nesting of the function. Means one function is called within the function. It is known as a nesting. Categories of the function. Function with no argument and no return, function with argument and no return, function with argument and one return, function with no argument but a return value, and function that return multiple values. We will see all the example one by one. Here first category is the function with no argument and no return. Means no return means we are writing the void, it is not taking any argument. We are in the function main, we are simply writing the call the function. Within the call I am taking two numbers, it will perform the addition and we are printing the result in the function itself. Second category is function with argument and no return. So here second category example is function with argument. Means now I am performing the addition of two number, but that value I am passing from the main to the function, but it is not returning anything. The same example we have already seen in the previous slides. Category 3 is function is take the with argument and with return. Again also whatever sum it will calculate it, that is I am taking into the main. So it is known as a function with argument and with return. Here the function is returning anything, something, but it is not taking anything, any parameters. So simply it is called the function and return. So it is very simple to understand. Last is the category when your function requires a multiple return value. So if you want to return the multiple value, you need to use the pointer variable in which you can return as many value, because pointer variable, as we have seen in the call by reference, it will take the address of the variable and it will directly reflect the that variable. So here in the main we are taking variable x and y, s and d. So I am passing the x and y as well as the address of s and d. S means a sum and d is a difference. So it is math operation I am performing. It will store the result of the sum and d will be store the differences. In the math, as I am passing the address, here I have to take it as a pointer variable. So integer star sum, integer star difference. I am performing the addition of two number on A and B, performing the difference. So I am returning multiple values to the main. So it will using this way. Now next topic is the storage classes. Storage classes means internally where the variable is stored. So storage classes of variable determine the scope and lifetime of a variable. Now the variable values can be stored in computer memory or in the register of a CPU. There are four storage classes: auto, register, static and external. The basic syntax you have to write is storage specifier, means any of these four name you have to use, your data type and your variable name. First one is the automatic variable. Now it is declared inside the function. They are created when the function is called and destroyed automatically when the function is exists. In our program, all the variables whatever we are using in the main as well as in the function, integer temp, integer x, integer xy we are used in these. That is, they are by default they are the automatic variable. So whenever that my main is completed, the x and y variable are destroyed. Similarly, in the swap function, integer temp is the automatic variable. It is created within the function, and when this function is returned to the main, this temp variable is destroyed. Second is the register variable. Now, register variable is your computer having the internal register as well. So, if you are storing the value in the register, the accessibility of the variable is much faster than the memory. But register are very limited to the computer system, so you cannot store more value into the register, and because of that reason, We are using the memory. Now the static variable. The meaning of the static is the value of the variable will be remain as it is. Suppose I am using the value of the variable persists until the end of the program. A static variable is initialized only once when the program is compiled. How to write it? Internal static variable, or it may be the external static variable. Next one is the external variable. Now external variable declared outside the function. It is referred to as a global variable as well. Now we have already seen what is the use of global. Global variable can be accessed by any of the function, but you have to use the least number of global variable because it will perform the, or it will violate the data hiding facility of the computer. Now next is the most important topic, that is the recursion. What is recursion? When a function call itself is known as a recursion function. Whenever you are writing the recursion function, you have to remember two conditions. First, you have to put the termination condition, and second one is function call to itself. We will see about the recursion in the next session. Macro preprocessing. The C preprocessor is a macro preprocessor. Now, we already seen in the preprocessing that it is defined as a hash defined. So what is the difference? Whenever the macro is called, that macro call is a macro function is very similar, but the macro call is replaced with the body of the macro, that is known as a macro substitution. So macro substitution has a name and replacement tags defined with the hash define. We have already seen, so in compilation, whenever it will find the pi, it will be replaced with this particular value. When this value pi is replaced with this particular value, it is known as a macro substitution. Another topic is the file inclusion. Now file inclusion means how you are adding your file with your own program, that is known as file inclusion. So we have seen the various method of the header files, and that is built-in function files and the user-defined header files. So if it is a built-in header file, you simply have to write include into the bracket file name. But if it is a user-defined header file, you have to write in the double quotes. Now next topic will be function with array as a parameter. If I am passing the parameter in the form of array, then we have to use the different techniques. Now here you can see the simple example. I have created one array which has the 4 arguments. So I am writing integer array with the 4 values 1, 10, 15 and 20. I am just passing two values of the array, that is array 1 and array 2. What value it will pass? 10. Array index is always start with a 0. So it will 0, 1. Array 1 means it will pass 10 and 15 to the function. It will display the two numbers, that is age 1 and age 2, that is 10 and 15. When I will run this program, it will simply print 10 and 15. That is known as a array with as a parameter. Function with string as a parameter. Now the string are treated as a character array only. So the whatever syntax we are following in the array, the same you have to write. In the declaration, you have to simply write character str bracket. When you are calling the array, you simply have to write the array name. You don't have to specify anything. As you can see in this example also, if you want to perform the same operation, so instead of writing this, suppose I am writing simple I am writing one function, that is the display only, which will take the array. So I simply write array name and semicolon. It will display an array. So I will write the array. Again, instead of this, I need to change the definition of the array. It is an integer array. I will simply write the another array name, that is a with square brackets. Then after I have to print the value of the, here I will simply write a of 1 and a of 2. Now we will run this program and see the execution. Here you can see it again print the 10 and 15. So this is the end of our chapter. Now we will see in the next session what is recursion and what is the purpose of the recursion. Thank you.